See, we all are capable of a fourth level love. I'm sure someone has been unfair to you, but you've been generous, right? When people are being unfair and unjust, just remember we're all doing the best we can with the resources we have. Haven't you ever been in a state where you just snapped at somebody unfairly and you felt bad about it afterwards? Well, it's good to remember if somebody snaps at you. Being a generous lover is also just being forgiving, just letting go, remembering, hey, we're all doing the best we can. And if we can be kind to people in those moments, they never forget it. It bonds us at a deeper level of connection and love than you'll ever get by everything being perfect. Same's true in your business. When there's a real challenge, if you can heal it then, if you can take care of your client, you'll bond with them more powerfully than if there was no problem at all. So don't look at problems as a reason not to love. Look at problems as a reason to love more. What if your holiday was filled with that kind of present and that kind of presence, giving the presence of kindness, of love, and of generosity? If you decide to make that decision and you really live the next few weeks this way, it might become just the habit that changes your whole life, not just your holidays. Let's practice together. Let's be generous lovers today and every day. Let's catch ourselves and let's allow ourselves to fill with the spirit of the holidays, which is joy and love.
You're listening to the Force for Good season of the Tony Robbins podcast. To learn more about the 10 gifts that we're featuring this holiday season, including emotion, drive, growth, joy, gratitude, connection, consciousness, grace, presence, and forgiveness, please visit www.tonyrobbins.com/gifts, GIFTS. And to find Tony Robbins products and events that can help you identify your gifts, go to tonyrobbins.com/shop, SHOP. Matt Marks' wake-up call came on a trip to Costa Rica. And since then, he made drastic changes to prioritize more of what truly matters to him. Matt decided to leave behind the tech world, a lifestyle that was eating him alive, to finally pursue his dream of helping kids in need through mentorship. Matt saw a need in Jaco, Costa Rica. He saw that kids were in need of mentoring, leadership training, life skills training, and a community of other kids who would lift them up and eventually lift them out of poverty. Through his work with the kids, Matt has integrated himself into his new community, where he feels a powerful sense of connection with the boys in the program and even with their families. He's witnessing firsthand the importance of community and the impact that love and connection has on everyone. Here's Matt.
I'm from California. In 2002, I moved to Phoenix. So I'm living in Phoenix 2.5 years prior to ever visiting Costa Rica. And at that time, I didn't do vacations. I didn't do weekends. And I had a friend of mine that would come to my office like clockwork every week or once a month. And he would invite me to Costa Rica. He owned property here. And it was just, no, I'm not interested. Thank you. Long story short, December 2004, he showed up at my house, and it just so happened I was buried in a big business deal and there wasn't going to be any movement from the other side for a couple of weeks. And I said, yes. We were scheduled to stay about 9 days. I stayed 20. I went home for Christmas to spend with my family and came back to Costa Rica. And it sounds cliche to say that I really fell in love with the country, but I did. And for that first year, I was never back in the States for more than a week or two at any given time. The last day of my trip, I was back in the city. I wasn't at the beach. I was getting ready to fly home. And I walked down into the barrio of a really tough neighborhood, a neighborhood now that I'm aware of the police don't even like to go into. And I remember walking down into it and, the kids are playing soccer on the street and parents and some of the younger children are sitting on the doorsteps, outside literally these tin shacks. And you couldn't miss just the joy in their eyes. It was, the energy was incredible. And I knew at that time that I was missing something. These people were so exponentially happier than my very affluent circle of influence back home, my colleagues, my friends. And I felt that we were really missing something, and I wanted to learn it and experience it.
Matt made the decision to move to Costa Rica that day. And soon he founded his organization, Real Jaco, in Costa Rica to fill an important void in local kids' lives, to provide them the consistency that would allow them to thrive.
Mission for Real Jaco is to educate and empower and help our youth here to become the leaders of tomorrow. The world needs more leaders. And to give you a clear description maybe of the organization, we're like the Boys and Girls Club, except with a focus on leadership, cultivating an abundant mindset, and of course, soccer. It's the one sport we play, and the kids here love it. It's such a big part of the culture. But our goal is to help these kids become leaders and ultimately live richer, happier, more fulfilling lives and help break the poverty cycle. Prior to starting the organization, we had some major challenges. We don't have the resources here, so we don't have the after-school activities, weekends, and so many of these kids come from single-family homes, single moms. They work 6 days a week, work 10 to 12 hours a day, and these kids are on the streets or alone, or in a position to be victimized or end up in negative groups and activities, and it's really compounded. So we're really just filling that void and trying to surround them with the best people and give them something positive. One of the number one things we could do is just consistency. The more days we're open, the better off. I've seen what happens on the days that we're not open, and there's a group of kids that are hanging out with people that maybe we prefer they weren't.
But Matt provides so much more than consistency and leadership skills training for the kids in Costa Rica. He's giving them a place where they feel connected, supported, and encouraged to grow. Through Real Hako, he's providing them with a powerful community of peers.
It's really as a team, the kids are family, the families that come and participate. And what I've learned is we haven't just impacted the kids in a positive way. We've really impacted the entire family unit in the community as a whole, inspired many more people in their community, including the local municipality, the government, are stepping up and doing more. We certainly don't get credit for all their hard work, but it's nice to know that, through the ripple effect, that we're making a difference. So it's connection, it's community and working together. And we discuss not just as the adults in the organization, but as the kids, what we can do to improve our community. And through working together, as you know, that connection and bond grows. We have a young boy named Jetswa. He's an incredible soccer player, an incredible young man. I met him about 2 years ago, and Jetswa has challenges at home. He has family challenges. He's from a very tough neighborhood in the city in San Jose, and his father was shot out in front of the house when he was approximately 6 years old. And so the organization is his family, and the moms in the organization are his moms. At times, I serve as a father figure, but the truth is, he's done as much for me in the organization as we've done for him. But we've been able to change his life and get him back in school and earning positive grades. And if we can do two things for Jetswa and those kids, if we can help them continue to develop as soccer players, which they're already very good at least the talent compared to the US, and we can increase his academics and get it to a certain level, he can earn his scholarship to a Division I school, definitely Division II school. It's life-changing.
But like you heard Matt say just a few minutes ago, it's not just life-changing for the kids in the program. It's life-changing for everyone the program touches, for the kids, for the families, for the community, and for Matt himself. That's the power of community. That's the power of real, intentional human connection.
I think community